Okay, welcome to video number 4 from the Sebastiani Fencing Academy. I'm Coach Paul Epley-Schmidt. My students, of course, know me, but I now have a number of new students who do not. I'm going to turn off this music. I'll be right back. So my understanding is that now the students I have are as young as 5 years old, ranging from 5 to about 13. So welcome to the younger kids. I will try to adjust my teaching somewhat for you. I hope you will listen very carefully. I have asked my other students if they can set up some kind of target, that is something like a pillow or some kind of padded flat object they can put on a wall or somewhere that they can use, kind of like the dummy at the academy, the rubber dummy, to use as a target. If you don't have something like that, maybe you can find a way to construct one with parents' help in the appropriate place in your house, of course. If you cannot manage that, you will just have to take the air as your target and practice that way. A lot of our work will involve footwork, so of course you don't need a target for that, but a lot of it will also involve hitting a target. I will do this in 2 15-minute segments on YouTube that you should look at in order. That just makes it easier to transfer from phone to YouTube. So the first thing we'll do is a little bit of warm-up, and then we'll proceed from there. So we're going to do 5 squat jumps. Make sure if you're in a low ceiling room, you don't hit the ceiling. Let's do 5 more. Okay, now let's stay on the on-guard position. We remember that in on-guard position, your feet are at right angles. Your front knee is over your front ankle, and your rear knee is over your rear toe. Kind of a wide stance. The shoulders width at least between your feet. And when you advance, you start with the front foot, and when you retreat, you start with the back foot. So the advance looks like this. Two steps. The retreat looks like this. Let's just practice advancing and retreating, keeping our bodies very centered, not swaying either way, but very still. So it's really just our ankles that are making the difference. Advance, 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 retreat, 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 advance, retreat, retreat, advance, advance, retreat, 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 advance, advance, advance. Put your hands on your hips. Advance, 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 retreat, 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 retreat. Let me try something I've never tried before, and that is advancing and retreating towards the camera. As I come towards you, you keep the distance and you retreat. As I retreat, you keep the distance and you advance. Let's see how this goes. So I don't need to say it. You can tell I'm getting closer to you, which means you should be getting further away. Relax a minute. Let's stretch out a little on the lunge. So let's lunge. Push down a little bit on your rear hip and stretch that muscle. Feel yourself using your muscles to hold yourself in place and stretching them as you go. And then pivot and turn as if you were a left-handed fencer if you're normally right-handed, and vice versa. And stretch that a little bit lower. Come back to your normal, we call this the dominant side, the side you normally fence with. In my case, it's right-handed. Go a little bit lower. And pivot again. Go a little bit lower. And pivot once more, go as low as you can. In fact, put your hands on the ground. Put your front shoulder next to your front knee if you can. And stretch that way. And pivot that. Now put your feet about this distance apart and let yourself hang and feel the backs of your thighs, your hamstrings. Feel them stretch. Bring your feet closer together and hang and feel the stretch there. Squat down and up, 5 of these. Good, and up. Stretch your arms back and across. Swing this way, like you're doing a butterfly in swimming if you know how to do that. And then this way, like a backstroke in swimming. If you have room, you can do it with arms extended. Some of you can do this and some of you can't. Can you go in opposite directions? This is good for your brain, making your body respond. If you're not good at this yet, and the key word is yet, you can think of an alligator clamping down with his jaws and then continuing in that same direction. So it takes a little practice to do this because your body wants to do it just like a swimmer in the same direction, but it's good for you to make your body work in different ways. So you can practice that on your own. All right, let's get our foils. If you have a target, you will have to watch the target and not watch me. You'll have to listen to what I say and do it. If you do not have a target and you are looking at a screen, you can do it that way. Just make sure you don't hit the screen with your foil, obviously. So the first thing we're going to do is get within range of the target and thrust our arm. I know you can't see the target, but you can tell it's there. With a nice explosive thrust. All you're really doing is lifting your elbow. Your hand hits and your hand rises a little bit higher than your shoulder. And make sure, of course, your shoulder doesn't do this. It's just like you would reach for a glass on a table or for a book. Very relaxed. So we're going to do 5 of these. Ready? 5 extensions. Go. 1 and come back. 2 and come back. 3 and come back. 4 and come back. 5 and come back. Now we're going to do that with the lunge. I want to remind you of the mechanics of the lunge, even those of you that are a little more advanced. Your arm comes out about 3/4. It's extending. Your leg kicks up. Your toe is up as you lunge. And you try to land your point on the target before your foot finishes landing. What you don't want to do is this. You are not a horse. Don't want to do that. You're not a ballet dancer where you're pointing your toe. You want your toe to come up as your hand goes forward. It's almost like they were connected with some kind of pulley system or a rope. So as my hand comes out, my foot goes up and I kick it just this far off the ground and land in a very solid position. My rear leg is straight. My rear foot is flat. My front foot is perpendicular, that is straight up and down over my ankle. When I recover, I bend this rear leg, come back nice and low, like I'm in a room with a ceiling that's only 4 feet tall. What you don't want to do when you recover is this. That's bad. Recover back so you're spring-loaded for the next move. See how my legs are spring-loaded? Okay, so with the lunge, it's extend and lunge. When I say extend, I don't need this. I need extending in the process, and then you finish with the lunge. Ready? You have to face the target. Go. Extending, kick and lunge, and recover. Extending, kick and lunge, 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 recover. Again, notice my foot. My toe goes up, and it's almost like I'm slipping on some oil on the floor. It's not a step, and it's not a toe point. 5 more. Extending, toe up, kick and lunge, recover. 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 Extending, toe up, kick and lunge, recover and rest. Now I'm going to have you do something weird. I want you to switch your foil to your non-dominant side. You're normally the side that goes back here. It won't fit your hand, it's not made for that, but it doesn't matter. It's just a little brain exercise. We're going to do 5 lunges this way with the side you normally do not use, the non-dominant. Ready? Extend, kick and lunge, recover. 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 Extend, kick and lunge, and recover. And back to your dominant side. As a learning principle, this idea of doing things with the opposite side is very helpful. If you have to learn or memorize something in school, learn it from the last line. If you have to practice something for a play, for example. Well, same with music. Learn the last part first and kind of work backwards. It's a proven technique to get your brain very flexible. All right, back to your dominant side. Same thing, 5 of these. Go. Extending, kick and lunge, and recover. Extend, kick and lunge, recover. Make sure you're nice and low. Down. Extend, kick and lunge, recover. Extend, kick and lunge, recover. Extend, kick and lunge, recover. And rest for a minute. Shake that out. We'll do one more set. Ready? Face your target. Go. Extend, kick and lunge, and recover. 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 And rest. The kids in my beginning/intermediate group know this already. Maybe some of the new students new to me know this, not sure. So the way you get within reaching distance of your opponent is, of course, an advanced lunge. Almost nobody gets hit with a lunge. They're too far away. You have to change the rhythm and surprise them by doing an advanced lunge. So, speaking of not surprising, an advanced lunge is made up of an advance and then a lunge, and a back and a recover. Advance, extending and lunge, recover and retreat. Advance, extending and lunge, recover and retreat. The difference here is that an advanced lunge is an accelerated motion. So your advance is one tempo, that is one speed, and your lunge has to be a little faster. It's my way of saying to my opponent, I'm coming at you at 5 miles an hour, but I'm really coming at you at 50. And by that time, I surprised her and I hit and scored. So it's advance, accelerate, advance, accelerate, advance, accelerate. Face your target if you have one. And ready? Go. Advance, extending, lunge with an acceleration, recover and retreat. Advance, accelerate, lunge, recover and retreat. I misspoke that. Advance, extending, then accelerate, recover and retreat. Advance, extending and accelerate, recover and retreat. Advance, extending and accelerate, recover and retreat. And you do it on your own. Advance, accelerate, lunge, recover and retreat. Advance, accelerate, lunge, recover and retreat. And one more. Advance, accelerate, lunge, recover and retreat. The second kind of advanced lunge you can do is, instead of bringing your feet to the normal position of an advance, you bring your feet till they touch. It gives you a little extra reach. Instead of your foot being here, it's here. Gives you more distance. So this one is foot to foot. You advance, you bring your foot up, and you kick and lunge. Let's try that. Face your target. If you have one, sit down. If you do have a target, you're going to need to be further back than you were for the previous exercise. Ready? Go. Advance foot to foot, extending, kick and lunge. Recover and kind of a big retreat. Advance foot to foot, extending, kick and lunge. Recover and retreat. Advance foot to foot, extending and lunge. Recover and retreat. Advance foot to foot, extending and lunge. Recover and retreat. Advance foot to foot, extending and lunge. Recover and retreat. 2-second break. 5 more. Ready? Go. Advance foot to foot, extend, lunge. Recover and retreat. Advance foot to foot, extending and lunge. Recover and retreat. Advance foot to foot, extending and lunge. Recover and retreat. Advance foot to foot, extending and lunge. Recover. Last one. Advance foot to foot, recover, lunge rather, recover and retreat. Relax a minute. You understand from your own experience how learning is a spiral. You learn something new, and then you move on, but you come back and you review it, and you move on a little further, but you spiral back and you review a couple things, and you go a little further, and so forth. Or you can do it this way if you like. You learn something, you check back, spiral down, learn something new, you come back and check it. So in a minute, we'll come back to this exercise. Meanwhile, let's review some of the parry positions. We did this last week with my students. For some of you, this may be new information. There are 8 positions, and we won't do all 8 today maybe, but they have funny numbers. They don't seem to correspond in any logical way. So the position of 6 is the normal on guard position. Your hand is somewhat turned, so your thumb is at the 1 o'clock position. It's not this way, but turned slightly. The reasons for that I'll explain some other time. So this is 6, and this is 4. The old French word for 4 is quarte. It's Q-U-A-R-T-E. It looks like quart. And in fact, it's related to the idea of a fourth. 6 and 4, I would call them for now. 6 is here, like a windshield wiper, you move your hand to 4. You don't need your parry to go way over here. You just keep it just the width of your opponent's body. That's it. So do it with me. 6 and 4. 6, 4, 6, 4, 6, 4, 6, 4, 6, 4. Those are the most basic parries. Those are called lateral parries. Lateral means side to side. That's why it's like the windshield wiper. There's another kind of parry called a circular parry, also called a counter parry. In French, contre means circle. So we're going to practice this. I'm going to face this way. If you are right-handed, your point makes a circle. And it goes clockwise. That is, you follow like the second hand of a clock. If you're left-handed, you go the opposite way, counterclockwise. So, and you do this from here, not from your wrist, not from your elbow, which is big, and certainly not from your shoulder, which is even bigger. It's all done here. You can see where, if I'm trying to protect myself, this kind of covers the whole area. It's the same with the counter 6. If you're the defender and your opponent's coming at you, look at my point. It's at 12 o'clock. And I make a circle and come back to 12 o'clock. That's a counter 6. The French term is contre de six. Counter 6. Some people call it a circle 6. Do it with me. From the 12 o'clock position, make a circle, 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 make a circle. So the parry positions are made up of these straight parries and circular parries. The most basic are 6, 4, 6, and a counter 6. I'm going to stop the video and come back with a new one in just a second.